The Cadillac Lyriq 2023 is a high-tech luxury crossover car blended with the newest GM EVs technology, yet it must nevertheless perform everything required of a modern crossover. That includes transporting a lot of stuff, which is why GM will provide a roof rack for the Cadillac Lyriq. This will be the main focus of our today's video. Hi, you are on Lyriq Media, where information is key and accuracy is the drive. We update you with information and trending news about the EV Lyriq Cadillac and other upcoming and EVs from the Cadillac company. So, if you're an EV enthusiast or owner, this is the place for you. We operate as a family. We listen to your comments and create all of the necessary videos with the information you require to keep you up to date on the EV world. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe, like this video, and click that notification bell to remain posted with our recent posts. Thank you. Those paying careful attention to GM may have observed that the 2023 Cadillac Lyriq lacks any longitudinal roof rails onto which a roof rack might be mounted. While the design appears to be neat in terms of aesthetics and aerodynamics, such an omission may hinder owners who want to optimize the Lyriq's utility. However, GM will provide a solution. Cadillac Lyriq product manager Steve Mertz told executive editor Alex Luft in a recent interview that Lyriq buyers would be able to purchase a clamp-style roof rack, or crossbars, that will fasten to the roof through C-shaped hardware. In fact, the Cadillac Lyriq includes roof rack clip points, particularly for this reason within the upper door jambs. The roof rack on the Cadillac Lyriq will even be lockable and will have Cadillac branding. Given the Lyriq's sleek form, which does not appear to have facilities for additional cargo capacity on the top, this may come as a surprise to some readers. However, regardless of what's under the hood, it makes sense if buyers will utilize the Lyriq like they would any other crossover. Speaking of what's under the hood, at least metaphorically, since the Lyriq lacks one, the 2023 Cadillac Lyriq has a 100.4 kWh GM Ultium battery pack that powers a rear-mounted GM Ultium electric motor. The 340 horsepower and 324 pound-feet of torque output are rated, while the future Lyriq all-wheel drive model will produce more than 500 pound-feet of torque via a dual-motor drivetrain. Friends, the Cadillac Lyriq 2023 is the right car for the right time. For years, it's been painfully evident that Cadillac was capable of producing a vehicle that excelled on all fronts. It produced dynamically superb and attractive sedans with inadequate inside trims and technology, which debuted at a time when Americans were flocking to crossovers and SUVs in large numbers. Cadillac's SUVs, on the other hand, were not especially competitive in any way, with the Escalade serving as the exception that proved the rule. If only the folks who invented Cadillacs had been given the green light to make something not just wonderful, but also something that American luxury car purchasers genuinely desire. The Lyriq is that vehicle. Cadillac has now been able to demonstrate its capabilities thanks to GM new Ultium electric car design and orders from CEO Mary Barra on down. The end effect is a really fantastic premium EV crossover that is priced so competitively that it is difficult to overlook. This is the second vehicle to be produced utilizing GM Ultium design, following the Hummer EV pickup. The Lyriq is the first Ultium automobile that seems fully contemporary while not being a $100,000, 10,000-pound monster truck. The Ultium platform is simply a floor pan comprised of battery cell modules that define the car's length. What happens above the floor varies greatly from vehicle to vehicle. So the Lyriq receives a 12-module, 102 kWh battery pack with an EPA-estimated range of 312 miles and a unique 5-link front and rear suspension. Cadillac currently offers the Lyriq in a single well-equipped trim level, with either a single rear motor or a motor for each axle. Because the all-wheel drive car is still a few months away from production, we drove a rear-drive 2023 model year automobile. At the moment, 2023 manufacturing is sold out, but you may purchase a 2024 model year Lyriq, with delivery coming next spring. Park City, Utah, is almost absurdly beautiful, straddling the line between Alpine ski town and desert paradise. In the highlands, you'll discover fast, gently bending roads with exceptionally smooth surfaces. The Lyriq is wonderful in this setting. The Lyriq is a large car, 5,610 pounds for the rear-drive version, 5,915 pounds for the all-wheel drive version. But the battery pack adds to a low center of gravity, and Cadillac was able to achieve a nearly 50-50 weight distribution. The integration of batteries with the body shell results in an extremely strong construction, which is required for a suspension to perform well. There are no sophisticated chassis electronics to speak of here, just high-quality twin-tube passive dampers and a pretty soft setup with plenty of wheel travel. This configuration is excellent for weight and cost savings. Plus, active suspension gear drains the battery, further lowering range. Yet it does not seem like a compromise at all. The Lyriq, like Cadillac sports sedans, breathes well with the road surface but never wallows. You have to wait a moment for the car to take a set in wide, fast corners, but once it does, the Michelin Primacy all-season tires provide plenty of grips. Steering appears sluggish at first, but it does a fantastic job of informing the driver about what's occurring on the road surface. To guarantee steering accuracy, Cadillac places the front suspension on a cradle that is then securely affixed to the body. To ensure ride quality, the rear suspension cradle is separated using rubber bushings. The Lyriq also serves as a useful reminder that adaptive dampers are unnecessary when the chassis principles are so robust. Sure, GM Magical Magni ride dampers might give even more bandwidth between soft and firm in a future Vees version of the Lyriq, which, while unconfirmed, is nearly certain, but they're useless for this standard-issue version. Cadillac's testers were all outfitted with 22-inch wheels with 40 profile tires, which are normally a recipe for disaster in terms of ride quality. If you didn't know any better, you'd swear they were the 1920s. The weight of the car is most noticeable while braking hard. However, braking performance is robust and pedal feel is excellent. Cadillac accomplished the brake calibration in-house rather than depending on a third-party source to better handle the transition between regenerative and friction braking. The electronic brake booster, like Cadillac's contemporary sedans and the C8 Corvette, provides for a user-selectable pedal feel, but in both regular and sport settings, there's a quick bite at the very top of the pedal, and it's remarkably easy to modulate. You can't determine where the regen ends and the friction begins, which isn't true of all electrified vehicles. The Lyriq's 340 horsepower and 325 pound-feet of torque give sufficient acceleration from a standstill, though it isn't a neck snapper like another premium EVs. In the end, it doesn't matter. How fast do you need your luxury family crossover to be? If you need something faster, wait for the 500 horsepower all-wheel drive version. Furthermore, the Lyriq transports speed quite effectively. It's all too simple to go 20 to 30 miles per hour over the speed limit. That's also because the Lyriq is so quiet it's unnerving. Because of a combination of classic sound-deadening material and active noise-canceling technology, even at 85 miles per hour, you can only hear very well-suppressed wind noise. The use of accelerometers on the wheels to estimate the pitch and loudness of tire noise and employ speakers to cancel it out, similar to noise-canceling headphones, is very innovative. The Lyriq is a joy to drive in typical traffic. Despite its 196.7-inch total length, it's nimble and, like any good luxury automobile, isolates you from the outside world. The outstanding SAE-level, free Super Cruise driver assist technology from GM comes standard, but it won't be activated until later this year via an over-the-air upgrade. The cabin is possibly Cadillac's best yet, with a very simple design focused on a 33-inch curved OLED display that holds both the instrument cluster and the infotainment system. It looks great and is simple to use, but some journalists at the Cadillac event experienced glitches and even displays shutting off. My only complaint was that the screen occasionally flickered on and off. Cadillac claims that its test vehicles were early prototypes and that 2 software updates are scheduled before consumer deliveries begin next month, which should fix any issues. The nicest part about the infotainment system is that the built-in navigation system is simply Google Maps, so there's now a better option for utilizing Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, though both are available wirelessly. The remainder of the system isn't as smooth as, say, BMW newest iDrive, but it's fairly simple to use, with a combination of touchscreen and rotary wheel control in the center console. Cadillac made a big show about being able to build its brand-specific switchgear for the Lyriq rather than depending on the GM components bin. The majority of it is rather excellent and does a fantastic job of raising the cab above prior Cadillac interiors, even if some components, most notably the rotary infotainment controller, appear great but feel cheap. Overall, the Lyriq's interior is on par with anything Mercedes offers for a comparable price, which is difficult to emphasize. Interiors that just weren't good enough have killed generations of Cadillacs since the brand's art and science phase began with the first CTS in 2002. This interior, on the other hand, is stunning. The 2023 rear-drive Lyriq is available in a single very well-equipped variant for $62,990. However, Cadillac provided a limited number of them last year for $59,990 to early reservation holders. Cadillac claims that the rear-drive model will start at around $60,000 in 2024. With the all-wheel drive starting at $64,000, there isn't a better luxury EV for the money, and the Lyriq undercuts the Tesla Model Y long range while having comparable range and performance and a considerably superior cabin. I questioned Cadillac if they were losing money on these vehicles. Jamie Brewer, Lyriq's chief engineer, merely stated that Cadillac is a for-profit corporation, while brand president Rory Harvey just stated that it was priced aggressively. Given what's here, I assume Lyriq isn't meant to be a large moneymaker, but rather to attract urgently needed new consumers to the brand. Nothing, not even a great driving, beautifully designed, opulent crossover, will achieve that. Perhaps the most exciting aspect of the Lyriq is what it represents for the future. Cadillac's declared objective is to go all electrified by 2030, while Rory Harvey believes that this might happen sooner depending on customer response. The Lyriq is effectively the successor for the XT5, though that gas-powered crossover will continue to be produced for a little longer, and a smaller electric car to replace the XT4 will be available next year. Cadillac is also developing new high-performance vehicles. Cadillac hasn't had such a right automobile at such a perfect moment since the first Escalade. If you're cheering for Cadillac's success, the Lyriq is a welcome respite. Finally, Cadillac has a near-certain hit. The Lyriq is worth the delivery wait in so many ways. This is all the information we could gather for you at the moment. Lyriq Media is a channel to trust, so feel free to subscribe to our channel in order not to miss out on our video updates, and feel free to comment on your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and until our next video, stay well.